all of you. Our topic today is very simple about Muhammad being the God. In the same time, how the Muslims accuse Muhammad to be crazy and he lost his mind. In chapter 53, verse number 3, Muhammad claimed that his God said that Muhammad he speak nothing except the words of God, which mean Muhammad whatever he say is coming from God, even if he make a normal statement, not necessarily Quran. This is why the Muslims believe that Muhammad is someone they called him in Arabic Ma'soom. Ma'soom mean that he is protected from error, so he do not do any error. However, this is a very stupid statement to say, because even the Quran chapter of At-Tahrim verse number 1, it says that Muhammad he made verses against the will of Allah, which mean he error. However, the Muslims, they are stubborn and they don't want to believe that Muhammad he is just a normal man who error. They want to believe he is the man but who is God in the same time. So وَمَا يَنْطُقُ عَنِ الْهَوَى chapter 53 verse number 3, if we click at any translation we will see the following. Read carefully with me. Nor does he so aught of his own desire. So nothing he say, Muhammad when he talk, it's God talking. Nothing of his own desire. Even if Muhammad, if he say to his wife, kiss me, no, this is not Muhammad talking, it's Allah talking. Muhammad never make errors. Muhammad the perfect man. But the Quran says that Muhammad is a sinner and Allah he forgive your past sin and the coming sin to come. I mean, how stupid this statement is. However, this is not really my topic. We can get Muhammad busted from the Quran that he is a big time sinner, and the Quran saying that may Allah forgive to thee your past and your coming sin. ما تأخر من ذنوب. Okay. من ذنبك وما تأخر. All right. Let's see. All right. Oops, I'm typing in English. Sorry. I'm using a plastic keyboard in the top of my keyboard. So the Quran says clearly that Muhammad, Allah, he maybe, I mean, that's not necessarily, he is going to forgive him, about his sin. And there's many verses actually speaking about the sin of Muhammad. But, it says here, وَاسْتَغْفِرْ لِذَنْبِكَ وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ, and ask Allah for forgiveness for your sin and for the sin of the believers. This is a chapter of what? Chapter of Muhammad, as you see. So Allah speaking to who supposedly here? Must be speaking to Muhammad. So ask Allah for forgiveness for your sin and the sin of the believers. So how they say, I mean, he never makes sin. And look at the false translation here. It says forgiveness for your fault, and every Muslim who speaks Arabic knows that this is not a fault. It says sin. If we change the translator, let's see. See, it is a sin. So if Muhammad is perfect and he don't make any error and he don't speak anything but from it's all coming from God, as the previous verse said, how here it says that ask for forgiveness of your sin and the sin of the believing women. Anyway, this is not really even my topic. This is just an introduction to get Muhammad busted. If we go here, this is a hadith about Muhammad in the element of death. As you know, Muslims, they claim that Muhammad do not know how to write, how to read, and for sure this is a very stupid statement. We can debunk it very easy. The Quran, when Quran called Muhammad Ummi, does not mean he do not know how to write, how to read, but because the dumb Muslims, they do not know what the difference between Ummi as someone illiterate about the book of God and someone illiterate about writing and reading. And the Quran never spoke about Muhammad as illiterate, for he do not know how to read, how to write. As you see here in chapter 2, verse number 78, it says, وَمِنْهُمْ أُمِّيُّونَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ الْكِتَابِ. Translation. Yusuf Ali. You see, I'm using the Muslim translation. You see how nice I am for the Muslim? Unbelievable. So, and from, read with me, and from them illiterates, all right, who know not the book. So who is the illiterate according to Islam? Is the one who do not know the book. So the stupid Muslims, because they are disconnected with the religion, and they are copy paste from each other. And by the way, there's many Muslims don't agree with those who say Muhammad do not know how to write, how to read. I have to be honest about this. There's many Muslims, they believe strongly that this verse, as I said, it says that Muhammad is illiterate because he do not know. He was coming from a pagan family, and this is why Muhammad in the Quran says clearly that he know not what is faith. What do you mean he know not what is faith? Simply he have no faith. Okay. If we go here, all right, you will see right away how the Quran speak of Muhammad that he is a person who have no faith, and he do not know what the book is. He have no revelation, he have no faith, and this is why he was called illiterate. Here we go. وكذلك أوحينا إليك روحا من أمرنا وما كنت تدري ما الكتاب ولا الإيمان. Let us see the translation. 42:52. All right. And thus we have we our command. Actually, the fact doesn't say command; it says Spirit sent inspiration to thee. Thou knows not before what was revelation and what was faith. And here, this verse will get the Muslims Abdul Muhammad and busted when they lie to us saying that Muhammad he used to be Abrahamic. Because if Muhammad is Abrahamic, he do not know the faith of Islam. Don't they say that Abraham is a Muslim? Don't they say that Jesus was a Muslim? Moses was a Muslim? So what do you mean he do not know what the faith? So Muhammad, he do not know what is revelation. He never heard of revelation given to Abraham. He never heard of teaching given from God to Abraham. And he never heard or never have any faith. So he was what? A communist? Atheist? What is that? However, it's very clear proof that Muhammad, he was knowing nothing. This is why he was called illiterate. And this is why the Christians and the Jews called the people of the book. Not because all of them, they knew how to write, how to read. But as I said, Muslims are so slow. Their mind never been used. So Christians are people of the book, for they have a book. The rest are called illiterate. This is why the Quran dividing between Christians and Jews as people of the book, even though they are not the same, but Quran called them both people of the book, and called anyone else in many verses illiterate. Now here we go back when Muhammad was in the element of death. Muhammad, he said, come here, come near, come here. He used to smoke hashish. I will write for you something which you will not go astray. And some of them, i.e. the companions, said, Allah Messenger seriously ill. And you have the Holy Quran, hello, which means Muhammad, they are saying that Muhammad is stupid. Actually, Umar, he said, أهجر الرسول, أو هجر الرسول, which means Muhammad, he lost his mind. So don't listen to him. So imagine, guys, in the element of death, they are saying that Muhammad, he lost his mind. But we just saw the verses speaking that Muhammad, he speak nothing of his own. Chapter 53, verse number 3, and this is Tafsir al-Jalalain. Nothing he speak, but it's coming from God. And especially now here, we are talking about Muhammad is speaking about guidance. He's talking about religion, not like about making shish kebab or falafel. So this is about God. Why the Muslims do not take into consideration what the Quran says, that he speak nothing of his own? Why they said to him, shut up, you are just a sick person dying and you are losing your mind. We don't want to listen to you. Why they said to him, we have the Quran, that's enough. What if we want to give you more Quran? How they knew that that's no more Quran to come? He want to write for them something important. Maybe he received inspiration from Allah at that moment. And obviously it must be some. So either the Muslims here, they had to accept that Muhammad went crazy in the last time of his life, And the Muslims notice that. This is why they ignore him. They don't respect him no more. And they are insulting him. And the guy is asking for something to write so he can write for them. Or they have to accept that Muhammad is a false prophet. And here you will notice, as long as Muslims they believe that Muhammad do not know how to write, how to read, then how he say here, come here, I will write for you something. Alright? What do you mean you will write for them something? What do you mean you will write? Write what? I thought Muhammad do not know. And look what they say here. The answer of the Muslim, they do not say to him, oh, you do not know even how to write. No, look what they say. Some of them say, give him, man, give him something to write, material writing, so he might write for you something. They did not say, okay, tell us what you want us to write. No, they said, give him to write. So how he don't know how to write, as they keep repeating like a recording machine, but he is saying, give me something to write, and then they said, okay, give him something to write. He cannot write anyway. Write what? This is how, crazy those Muslims, and you show it to them at 1,000 times, still you are speaking to concrete. Garbage in, garbage out. The important here in this hadith, proving many things, that Muhammad knows how to write, how to read. Same time, the Muslims accuse him that he lost his mind. Actually, if you go in different in different translation here, like your translation is not really is not honest. All right, let me show you the accurate translation in better hadith. I can see that's a Sahih al-Bukhari. Okay, you will see how they say. You see, he is in a state of unconsciousness. So they accuse Muhammad that he lost his mind. They accuse him literally that we should not listen to him, for he's crazy. Don't listen to him. He's just an old, stupid guy. He say things he don't mean. Don't listen to him. All right? And you will notice here it says, they say, which means all of them, they agree that Muhammad is suffering from mental issue at that stage. They who? The companion. Who is around Muhammad at that time? Nobody. The companion. I mean, actually, he is now supposedly their king, and who is going to be in the house of the king when he died? The most close people to him, So, don't listen to him. He is just a stupid fool who is dying, and he say things you don't understand, So, obviously, at the last time of Muhammad's life, or the last few, maybe a year or so, Muhammad was suffering from mental illness, and the Muslims don't listen to him no more. And as you see here, most likely, like what Muhammad is going to write for them, which is not going to make them go astray. You know what I mean? What is that? Anyone can tell me? It must be Quran. So Muhammad now is receiving Quran from his God, but yet the Muslims don't want to take the Quran because they believe Muhammad is in a stage of losing his mind, and he is now a crazy, stupid idiot who was before, but now they are sure. The Muslims are sure, So they don't want. So look here they mentioned that the one who said, Umar is the one who said, he said that, go away, leave him alone. It's not right. You should, look at this. Look at this hadith here. I mean, it's a disaster. Let me. All right. Yeah, Umar said the Prophet seriously ill. So even Umar, he is making fun of him, and he is claiming that Muhammad, he lost his mind. So we should not listen to him, and don't worry, don't take anything from him. We do not know the Quran. I mean, it's stupid of Muhammad to say, I will write for you something which you will not go astray after this, because what the Quran was for then? All the Quran was nothing. Still, they will go astray. You see, the second Muhammad, he said, let me write for something for you, so you will not go astray. He agreed that the Quran is not the book of guidance. what he was going to write at that moment, it was going to be the book of guidance. Everything before, it was hummus, shish kebab, falafel, and it used to be useless. And when the companion, they did not like what he said. I mean, are you stupid? What are you talking about? So what the Quran for? Now you want to give us something, like what's wrong with him? Look, look, look. They say, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with you, man? Hey, Muhammad, what's wrong with you, man? Are you going crazy, really, huh? Did you take some hashish? So I wanted to share this with you because those information all together, you put it together, you will understand the situation of Muhammad and his companion. It's just a bunch of gangs. They are waiting for him to die so they can take over. And I believe Umar was worried that maybe Muhammad will write something and that will affect Islam in general and will destroy his position and the positions of the companions. Maybe he will say, none of you should inherit my job. Maybe he will say, he will give them a verse from Allah, supposedly saying, shish kebab, habab kebab, shish kebab, Umar is not good, and Abu Bakr is not good, and Allah, he said, those nuns, they should not be caliphate after me. So they were worried what he will write for us, so they don't want him to talk. And you will see that the statement here is very clear about not to go astray. So it was a very important statement. And either Muhammad was inspired from God and the Muslims dumped the most important part of the Quran, which was Muhammad going to write, or they have to accept that Muhammad is a crazy man. So either they accept the Quran never been completed, and Muhammad wanted to complete the most important part and never completed, or Muhammad lost his mind and he was not a prophet of God, because why God will let that happen to Muhammad, to lose his mind in the last of his life? He's a prophet of God. He should be conscious for the last second of his life. Losing the mind of someone he claimed to be a prophet is a very clear proof that he have no protection from God. You see, you can get sick, no problem, but at least the brain, can't Allah protect his brain from being damaged? Obviously he cannot. Thank you very much for watching. Share it, download it, and don't forget to give it a like if you like what we do. This is a Christian Prince with you, and always if you contact me, or you like to contact me, or if you are a Muslim, you dare to debate me, you will see the link under the video. Feel free to contact me there. Christ is Lord. Islam is made by a false man for the false and dumb man. Thank you very much.